So I think the last video I made on the truck was making heat shields for the brake booster and speedometer speed sensor on the transmission side. I also routed the parking brake cable. Some of this interior stuff I want to put on the cab before I put the cab back on the frame. It's not lazy, it's just easier. Because if this was on the frame, then it's up higher, or my body position is off. Those legs for the running boards are sticking out. They're going to cut up my shins some more. This is the Hurricane electronic AC heat from Old Air Products out of Fort Worth, Texas. Those guys were really nice. They talked to you on the telephone, answered all my questions when I ordered this, which was a really long time ago. And this one has provisions for defrost. I don't know why, but I got that anyway. So I've got it, the top of the defrost vent is right here touching on top of the 10 millimeter foam. And I fitted this and built a bracket for it a long time ago. I'll put that video link in this video. How's that? Yeah. And then I just made another bracket out of 1-inch square tube and welded it. Screw the 1-inch square tubing to the firewall. It's got rivet nuts in it, and then I can just screw it in from the front. But otherwise you're trying to thread bolts back and forth. I wanted to get this on before I got the dash on, because the dash is going to come down to here and it will be in my way, so to speak, when I'm trying to do this. So for the defroster, it's a 2.5-inch hose, and it comes with a splitter. And this thing manipulates itself on there. And so I got to split it and route it to either one. What's not part of the kit is the vent bracket thingy for the hose to connect to. So I suppose you could run this up in here. I think I'm just giving myself an idea. You could run this up in here, squeeze it really tight, just like that. I'm going to say you could absolutely do that. And then this would route over to your splitter. And then the dash sits over this. So it's not going anywhere. Well, if you pull on it too much. Come on. I like this idea all of a sudden. I want this whole rib up here. Dash sits here, rolls over. That just hooks to your Y pipe. And boom, you're in business. So now, it's just go like this. So this is gonna slide over all of this stuff. He's in my way. So it mounts up top right here to the unit, curves around to the Y pipe, and then runs to that side for the front defrost, and then over here for the front defrost. So I went ahead and laid the dashboard on. And I got hose pieces sticking out. So I don't know if I like it anymore. Got it. Don't scratch it. So this is what I was working on before I discovered just slip the pipe up in there. So this is about 8 inches long, and then you would fold it into the same shape as this, so the hose slips over it, and then my opening is about 3 1/4, and then I went up another inch basically with these tabs, and so I shoved this up into that vent hole, and then I bent these over, and then I was going to attach the tube onto this. So all I did was pop rivet it together to give it so it wouldn't collapse on itself, and then it's nice and rigid. So, you know, here's an example. You take it like this, bend it around, overlap it a little bit, drill, pop rivet, drill, pop rivet, form it, and then I was doing it backwards, so then I cut here, and then cut the sides off so I could make it fold over. And then you slide it up from the bottom, and then once it gets into the top, you bend these tabs over, and that holds it in place. And then there's a screw hole you could drill again and bolt this to the cab itself.
Listen here, baby, can't you hear me sing? Your hard luck woman ain't learned a goddamn thing. Well, you shine so bright and come on strong. One day here and the next day gone. Said you're one day here and the next day gone. Come around here looking for all you can take. Move me so hard, make my poor heart shake. Make my poor heart shake. Chasing you, woman, I'm chasing my tail. Can't catch either, so it's just as well. So it's just as well. Love like that, it can't last long. You're one day here and the next day gone. You're one day here and the next day gone. Lightning in a bottle shines so bright. Seen you, baby, just the other night. I said I seen you, baby, just the other night. can't you hear me sing? You're a hard luck woman, ain't learned a goddamn thing. Well, you shine so bright and come on strong. One day here and the next day gone. Well, you're one day here and the next day gone. One day here and the next day gone.
Okay, so we made the two aluminum vent hose holders because I didn't like the way the hoses looked coming out of the vent hole. So mostly what I'm concerned about is the black right there. This part doesn't really matter, that part doesn't really matter, that part doesn't really matter. You see where I'm going with this. We're going to use this side for visual purposes. So now when you look down in there from the side, instead of seeing Ventos or whatever, now it's just, sorry, I bumped you. Now it's just black. Much better. Yeah, I like that a lot. Interference with the glove box. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet either, so it doesn't really matter. There's a big fender in the way, so you're not going to get that close. But I'm happy with that. So, AC, defroster, vent, insert, completed. Yes, that's what we'll call it. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.